Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kiran. I'm a junior doctor and a comedian working in Manchester. Tech is all around us and it forms a massive part of our lives. Definitely as a millennial doctor, I rely on tech every single day to get me through, whether it's working in the hospital, creating YouTube videos, posting on Instagram. So today I'm going to talk you through the tech that I use every single day as a 26-year-old YouTuber, doctor, and what else do I do? Comedian. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. Number one is very obviously my phone. I use my phone every single day working as a doctor in the hospital. I made a separate video on the best apps to use as a doctor. Medical students and doctors are relying on our phones to make sure we're up to date with everything that's going on. But the three that I use every single day are: one, the BNF, which gives me drug doses. Two is an app called Induction, which gives me the telephone numbers of other people in the hospital, because as a junior doctor, you spend so much time on the phone, making phone calls to other specialties and other wards. And number three is something called OrthoFlow. OrthoFlow is really helpful because I'm working in orthopedics. It tells me how to manage loads of different types of fractures. On the creator side of things, I use my phone to edit photos sometimes, to post on Instagram. I use my phone to write descriptions for YouTube videos, to update thumbnails sometimes. And I basically, if I'm not making YouTube videos, I'm watching YouTube. So that basically is what my phone is for. I also use Notion as part of my creative process that links up to my iPad, my laptop, and my phone. So I will update any video ideas I have on my Notion page so that I've got this continuity. So I always, no matter what device I'm on, can see these ideas. Next up, and something a little bit different, is the eCure wireless stethoscope. And you might not have seen one of these before, but it is what it sounds like. It's a wireless stethoscope. You can use your AirPods to link up to it. You can use some other headphones to link up to it. And I don't use this instead of my normal stethoscope. I will leave this in my bag and use it as well. The reason is that you've got to make sure it's charged. You've got to pair it, all of that sort of thing. So when I want to quickly listen to someone's chest, I will just use my normal stethoscope. I don't use it very much in orthopedics, but if someone has very difficult sounds to listen to, difficult quiet heart sounds, this has a little plus button, so you can just keep hitting that plus button to increase the volume. You can also filter the noises to just listen to the heart sounds, which is very helpful if you're listening for a particular murmur. Not something I use very much in orthopedics. Now, a disclaimer, I didn't buy this, I was given it for free by eCure to review, which I did a long time ago. Where does this guy live? But it stays in my bag and occasionally gets a cheeky use. Next up, we have the iPad Pro. As a creator, the iPad Pro is incredibly useful. I have the bigger 2020 iPad Pro and I use it for a lot of things. I use it to make casual notes. I use it to update my Notion page, but mainly I use it for creative things like making thumbnails and doing drawings. So just casually doing drawings. I do all of my thumbnails on here for YouTube and it's incredibly helpful for that. It's really expensive, so I'm quite scared of taking it into the hospital. I know a lot of doctors and medical students take their iPad in the hospital and make notes on the ward or in clinic. I'm scared of doing that. I'd love to do that, but I don't want to break it because it's like £1,000. So it stays in its case, it stays at home. I use it a lot. I love watching things on it as well because it's such a massive screen, and I also kind of share it with my fiance Sam, so she uses it a lot because she's really into drawing. I use this more as a creative rather than a doctor. If I could choose between a MacBook and an iPad, I would every day get a MacBook, but it's a cool addition to have if you've got a bit of spare cash. Next up, we've got this boy behind me, which is the LG Ultrawide Monitor. I'll link it in the video description if you want to check out the one that I have got. Now, this monitor hooks up with a single USB-C cable from the monitor to my laptop, and it charges my MacBook using that one cable. And it's incredibly useful as a doctor because I do all my Zoom calls on it. Whenever I have meetings, I will put it up on one side, I'll be making notes on the other side. So it's basically like I've got two screens. Whenever I'm doing my video editing as a YouTuber, that's mainly what I got it for. I've got this massive timeline that I can use to edit on, and it makes it way better. I edit the videos, I also write the videos on there too, and generally I spend a lot of time at that desk behind me. In terms of accessories that I've got on the desk, I've got this Bose TV speaker, which I got free from a locum agency. I have got the MX Master 3 Logitech mouse. I only bought this recently. I only bought it because it was on offer, and to be honest, it's not hugely different to any other mouse. So it was a lot of money for what it was, and to be honest, I don't regret the purchase because it's an amazing mouse, but it's very expensive for what it is and it's very unnecessary. I've got the Apple Magic keyboard and also the Apple Magic trackpad as well. Magic. These look really nice, they suit the white desk, and they're very easy to use and connect out. In the morning, I absolutely love a coffee, and I wake up and I make myself an espresso using my Nespresso Creatista. You may have seen this in vlogs before, and it's a really cool machine because it's got a milk wand on it too. And that means that you can pour yourself an espresso shot, you can froth some milk properly and pretend you're in a little coffee shop, and you can try and pour the milk on top. And you can make some really nice milky drinks like lattes, like cappuccinos. I am fueled by caffeine, so it runs through me, through my body, in my veins, and this machine is an absolute lifesaver. I've got a few other kitchen gadgets as well, like the Hotel Chocolat Velvetizer and also a KitchenAid which we use to make bread. Next up, I have got my Apple Watch Series 6, which if you've been noticing, I only just put on, it was on charge, so I went to go and get it. The Apple Watch is really good. I mainly use it for fitness tracking, and it also has a secondary function of being able to tell you the time. I'm a very competitive person and I like to compete with myself, so I stick it on when I'm exercising. I'm trying to compete and make sure my heart rate is above a certain amount for a sustained period of time, and that's one of my favourite things to do with the watch. It can do other things like take a one-lead ECG, which is a pretty fancy party trick but pretty useless. It can tell me my oxygen sats, which I don't need as I'm a 26-year-old fit and healthy person. So lots of other useless things for me. I also have this little plastic cover on it, which maybe makes it a little bit more bulky and not as nice as a normal Apple Watch. But the reason I've got that on is because when I'm in the hospital, obviously I don't wear it on my wrist, but if I'm in the hospital and someone spills some bodily fluids on it, it's very easy to wipe it off and disinfect it. Lovely. In terms of cameras, I've got loads that I use to record content. I've got the Canon G7x Mark II, which I'm using right now. For time lapses and underwater things, I've got a GoPro Hero 7 Black. And then for some aerial things and holiday shots, I've got a little DJI Mavic Mini drone. So lots of things that I can use to take videos and pictures with. I've also got a new microphone up here, which is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. Finally, I use Alexa and Philips Hue, which is connected through the whole flat, and it makes a massive difference in my life. We've got an Echo Show in the living room, which I use to tell me the news, to tell me recipes, to convert grams to milliliters, and all of that sort of thing. And in the bedroom, we've got a little Echo Dot, which I use as my alarm in the morning. It's connected to the Philips Hue bridge, which is connected to lots of light bulbs, including this one here. Alexa, turn living room light off. And it's gone. It's revolutionary to be able to turn lights on and off with your voice. The best one is when you're lying in bed and you tell Alexa to turn your bedroom light off. That is the epitome of the lazy man, and I absolutely love it. That's it, guys. That is the main tech that I use every single day as a 26-year-old doctor and YouTuber. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're new, make sure you're subscribed to the channel to join the collective. Take care, everyone, and stay safe.